in the second half of that ball game, it still is as good as there is in this league. Shannon, do you agree?
Sure, but it's not a compliment. Skip, there are 20 quarterbacks that you could say that if you protect them, they'll do that. But what this goes to show you is that everything needs to be perfect for Tom Brady. You need 3 Pro Bowl wide receivers. You need an all-century tight end, and you need a line to give him max protection. Remember the very thing, the story of Job. They say the reason why you serve God is that he's giving you everything. You got 10 kids. Look at all these herds you got. You got sheep and you got cattle. So why would you not serve him? How could Tom Brady fail with all of that? He needs all of that. Skip, that was the thing. That's all I've ever said. I said the thing is that as a player that played 14 years, and I didn't play as long as Tom, but what I started to realize is that I could have a good quarter, I could have a good half, I could have a good game, but I couldn't put them together like I once could when I was younger. And what you've seen from Tom is that you see a good half, you see a good quarter, you see a good game, but you have yet to see him put those things back to back to back to back, stack them like he once could. Skip, that's it. But to say, oh, if we protect him, what quarterback couldn't you say that back of the top 15 quarterbacks? I'll give you top 20. What top 20 quarterback could you not say, if we protect them, they could have done what Tom Brady did? So in other words, in the process of trying to give Tom Brady a compliment, Skip, you know what it was? What that old is, a backhanded compliment? If we protect him, well, hell, you protect Drew Brees, you protect Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes, and yada, yada, list goes on and on and on. So that's not in actuality, what he thought he was giving him was a compliment, was actually like, well, shit, we need to have everything perfect in order for Tom to be Tom. And you know that, I know that, and everybody else knows that, Skip. And all he did was just verbalize what you knew deep down inside and what I've been saying all along. He needs that hedge to be perfect.
You know, here it is, Christmas Eve. It's such a sacred day, and now I have to wade through all this Brady hate spilling across the table on Christmas Eve. It's like, it's blasphemous.
Skip.
Forgive him. He knows not what he says. Okay. Are you telling me that 20 quarterbacks in this league could have done what Tom Brady did in the second half at Atlanta when he threw for 320 yards, which is more than any quarterback in the league has thrown for in any second half this whole season? Help me out. I'll give you Mahomes. I'll give you he would have a chance to do that, although I'm not even sure he could pull this off.
He didn't get protected like that for the entirety of the game. Skip, let me ask you a question. I want to ask you this. When have you ever heard them say about a transcendent or generational quarterback, if we protect him, he can do that? They never said that about Peyton.
That's the oldest cliche in the book.
Thank you.
No, they always said it about any quarterback. They said it about Tom Brady when he was in year 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like the bedrock of football. If you protect the quarterback, if he's that good, if he's Pro Bowl or superstar, he will shred you. But there are levels of getting shredded, and he shredded Atlanta in the second half like nobody could.
Skip, I watched Dak Prescott do that to Atlanta in the second half.
No, I'm talking about killer will. I'm talking about getting them right back in the game. Dak never really got them back in the game. It took an onside kick that was about a 1,000,000,000 shot, watermelon kick, to even give him a chance to win the game.
Well, hold on. What about your guy in the playoffs when you were down 31-3? We've seen Dak do, over the last 3 years, we've seen Dak do that. You told me when he threw for, what, 280 plus against the Philadelphia Eagles and 3 touchdowns.
Okay. At that point, he had 4 Pro Bowl offensive linemen. Tom doesn't have that right now. He was down Donovan Smith, his left tackle, on Sunday. And right now, I just go to Pro Football Focus. You have no respect. But I'm going to respect their evaluation of offensive lines in the league. They rank, by the way, Kansas City's offensive line is ranked 10th in pass blocking. In pass blocking, Tampa's is ranked 14th. It's sort of middle of the pack. So he's not getting consistently great protection.
Neither Mahomes.
Okay, 10th best versus 14th. You got the edge. You got the edge.
Skip, you make it seem like it's 10th to 29th.
Okay, so look what he keeps doing. Listen, it takes such killer will precision. It takes such poise to lock in at halftime and say, watch this, watch what I do, and throw for 320. You can't miss a trick, man. You got to make every right call at the line of scrimmage. You got to make every throw on the money. You can't miss, because they immediately, the defense gave up another quick touchdown in the third quarter after your opening drive touchdown, and they went down 24-7, and he said, I got it, no problem. And all of a sudden you look up and it's, wait a second, it's 24-all? And then all of a sudden it's 31-24 when he hits Antonio Brown with the sweetest bomb you'll ever see.
But Skip, all I'm saying is, Skip, is that he's saying protection. What was the difference between Aaron Rodgers losing to Tampa? They couldn't protect him. If you protect him, boom.
But that's just a cliche of football.
Okay, then
it works with Mahomes too.
No, Mahomes. So was he getting protected against the Saints?
Reasonably.
Skip, he got pressured more in the Saints game than in any other game in his career. And look what guy could have done that? Did you see what your guy did against that pressure? A 5 QBR. That's what your guy did.
Yeah, well, if you give a guy the ball for 41 minutes to 19 minutes and he can only throw for 254, something's wrong.
No, it's not the fact that you got the ball. Is that what you do with it? You keep Drew Brees in his offense. Your guy kept going 3 and out, and Drew Brees kept getting on the field. We kept the ball so long, Drew couldn't really get a rhythm.
So back to Pro Football Focus. It ranks Tom Brady right now, overall grade for the whole year, 5th best quarterback in the league. Just for the record, 5th best. Guess what? Who leads the whole National Football League in what is called air distance, just how far you throw the pass? Who leads, Mr. Sharp? The guy you called old Dink and Dunk Tom. That's all he does is get rid of the ball in 2 seconds, and he dinks it and he dunks it. Nobody has thrown the ball farther than Tom Brady has so far, because he's in, guess what? No risk it, no biscuit, Bruce Arians offense. And he's trying to play it the way that Bruce Arians wants it played. So help me out. If you're throwing the ball that far, doesn't it take a little longer to wait for your receivers to get open deep? Okay, so is he putting himself more in harm's way than usual? Yes, at age 43, he's saying, I'm going to risk this. I'm going to risk my body to throw the deepest passes in pro football.
Kind of like what Jameis did? Put his body in harm's way?
Okay, well, Brady's already passed Jameis. He's in the dust in Tampa right now.
Jameis threw for 5,100 yards.
Okay,
so Tom Brady got to get 600 yards the next 2 games.
Tom's got 32 touchdown passes with 2 games to go.
And Jameis had 33.
Okay, well, guess what's going to happen?
But, Skip, all I'm saying, look, first of all, if anybody thinks that Tom Brady has outplayed Mahomes, Rodgers, Russ, Tannehill, or Allen, they're fooling themselves.
Okay, well, the top 4 on this is overall grades by Pro Football Focus: Rodgers, Mahomes, Deshaun, and Russell Wilson. Okay? And Tom Brady is 5th. I don't know. They must be crazy, I guess. That's what I see also.
Hold on. Did you see I know Tennessee Titans because they got that big batter ram, King Henry. But you goes unnoticed that you do realize that Tannehill is 31-5.
And a shock to me. I got it. But
I thought, what about your boy Baker? What about Shake and Bake?
In the last 8 games since Odell's gone, he's ranked 2nd on the list, number 2. But we'll get to that at another time. I want you to understand that over the last 6 games, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been outscored 59-7 in the first quarter. 59-7?
So I would have. Okay, what appease me this?
Okay, now I got to let me give you the bottom line to this. The punchline to this is over the next 3 quarters, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter of games, the whole year, guess who has the best point differential in all of football? Tampa Bay does. Over the last 3 quarters, that's what they did to Mahomes. Remember that game? Mahomes threw for only 100 yards in the second half, and here came Brady.
If you don't mind me asking you a question, who's the starting quarterback? So when they go out on the field for the very first time, can you tell the people at home who's the starting quarterback? Because I want to know why they only get the 7 points. So is someone else starting and then Tom Brady's coming in relieving them? Or is Tom Brady? So in other words, what you want the people to believe is that if you look at the final 3 quarters, Tom Brady is the solution. But what you will not tell the people that Tom Brady is also a part of the problem in the first quarter.
I'm glad you brought that up. You know what's happening here? I can explain it to you. Tom Brady comes out and says, okay, Bruce, okay, Byron Leftwich, you guys script those first 15 plays, and I'm going to try to do it your way. And he tries to do it their way, and they try to establish the run. They're ranked 29th in rushing yards right now, 29th out of 32 teams. So they try to do this, they try to do that. He tries to go with because he's so coachable, so teachable. Okay, I got it, Bruce. I'll try this. I'll do that. And all of a sudden, he looks up in the second quarter, and they are getting annihilated. And guess what he does?
What?
I got this. Let me do it my way.
Well,
Let me start to figure it out.
He didn't do it against the Saints?
Against Atlanta, he says, okay, I can
Atlanta.
do this, I can do that, I can do this. Atlanta beat the Las Vegas Raiders 43-6 3 weeks ago in that building.
Wow.
43-6.
They also lost to the Cowboys.
Just for the record.
They also lost to Detroit. Okay. They also lost to the Bears.
Okay,
but Skip,
but under Raheem Morris, they've been much better.
Skip, think about this, what you're saying. You're saying in order for Tom Brady to do what he's doing, he needs 3 Pro Bowl receivers. He needs an all-century tight end.
No, he just didn't want to be stuck in that mess up in New England.
No, I'm not. I got no problem with that. He's well within his right, and rightfully so. But let me ask you, and people at home, feel free to chime in. Give the top 15 quarterbacks 3 Pro Bowl receivers and an all-century tight end. And yes or no, do they believe that they can have numbers comparable to Tom Brady's?
Did any of those guys make the Pro Bowl this year?
Who? Mahomes did, Rodgers did, Russ did.
No, the receivers. No, none of them made it. Is Gronk a Pro Bowl receiver anymore? No, you say he's half of what he used to be.
He's not the same, but you still have to account for him. You cannot just put any willy-nilly person on him. So in other words, he needs that. Mike Evans coming off 3